everybody, I'm Diana Alvear, and today we have a very special V-Teamer conversation. Our health is so important, but with the fast and busy pace of our day-to-day lives, it's so easy to put those needs on the back burner. Well, today we've got two great leaders talking about the importance of taking care of yourself, especially when it comes to breast cancer awareness and prevention. We hope their conversation inspires you and motivates you to take those steps to keep yourself safe. And if you'd like to hear the full conversation, because trust me, it's great, click the link in today's story. Now, let's hear from Kathy and Adrienne.
Hi, Adrienne.
Hi, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great. It's so great to talk to you today. So why don't we start? Tell us a little bit about you and your experience as a V-Teamer.
I have been a V-Teamer for 11 years, based out of Atlanta, Georgia. The majority of my time spent in retail, and then most recently in the inside sales team. So now I'm work from home.
That's great. So I know we're talking today. We both have had our own journey dealing with breast cancer. So why don't you tell us a little bit about yours?
So breast cancer, unfortunately, runs in my family. I have two older cousins and two aunts who were diagnosed with breast cancer early on. And so, right away, when I was going in for my physical, in my 30s, I let my doctor know my family history. So, I've been taking mammograms since I was 36. So, thinking I'm doing all the right things, getting the early mammograms, I wasn't doing the self-checks, but I thought I was good because, hey, my doctor's looking out for me each and every month. So unfortunately, during the pandemic, I had a physical come up, and I was on the verge of canceling it. Just like with everything else, life kind of was getting in the way, but thank goodness I didn't. At that physical, my doctor did their standard exam, and she noticed a lump. So right away, my doctor sent me to a breast specialist who did a ultrasound and a biopsy, and unfortunately, it came back with 3 additional tumors, and that I had stage 2 cancer.
And how are you doing today? How are you feeling?
I'm feeling blessed. I went through 4 rounds of chemo, did 25 weeks of radiation, and now I'm good. I am cancer-free and ready to put this part of my life behind me, but really speak about it as much as I can because it's a journey, and, it's something that, we need to talk about and we need to raise awareness about, especially among Black women. And I know as a Black woman that there are certain, diseases that are prevalent, in my community that are prevalent in me. So I need my doctors to know that as well and be able to recognize that and be able to advocate for me.
Tell me a little bit more about why you wanted to share your story, why you think it's important for people to talk openly, or for you maybe more to talk openly about your experience.
Overall, my experience it wasn't that bad. I mean, yes, I had cancer, but also, I work for a company that has fantastic benefits. So, I didn't, have tons of medical debt. Yes, I have cancer and I had to, go through these treatments, but also, I had time off to do this. I didn't have to worry about job security, and, my bosses were, very supportive from the get-go. They were like, hey, whatever you need, we're here for you, and checking in for that. So, that took 2 major loads off my plate.
When I got to the end of my journey, I was sort of feeling so optimistic and joyful, and there was like a whole list of things that I wanted to do and that I was eager to do. How do you feel? What's your post breast cancer experience? What's your joyful, optimistic, hopeful feeling, or something you're looking forward to or planning to do that kind of is going to cap off this whole experience in a positive way?
Definitely. Well, I kind of already did it. One, you're so, I don't know what your experience is like, but your body is just so different, when you're going through this process. There were times I was super tired. Things are changing about you. It's just a lot to go through. So I was like, when this is done, I am celebrating. I don't care what I have to do. I am throwing a party. I am inviting the world, and I am just going to have tons of fun. So yeah, I did that. The last day of my treatment, I sent messages out to all my friends, weeks in advance. I had folks flying in, and I was like, we are celebrating like it's old times. And I had friends who I haven't seen, in person in like 10 years come in and fly in and join me for this party. So yes, you know, that goes back to me being social. Like I had a party and I had fun and it was all about me and it was okay because you know what? I beat cancer. So let's have fun.
That is fantastic. I love it. I wish I could have been there. I think I was there in spirit.
It was a good time. You would have had fun. You would have had a good time.
Is there anything else you want to say that we didn't talk about, or anything else you want to leave our fellow V-teamers with?
Yeah, I would just say with anybody, you know, get your regular checkup. You know, go to your doctor, listen to what they say, prioritize yourself, put yourself first. You know, just schedule it. I think that a lot of times people are afraid of, you know, when they're not feeling well, they're afraid of what that answer may be. But, you know, what's the alternative? You know, not knowing doesn't prevent something from happening. So go in there, know early, because it may save your life. I feel like it saved mine, for sure.